And speaking of iconic brands, for the first time in over 20 years, South Africa's Blue Train is shifting its brands to meet the evolving needs of the discerning traveler. The repositioning will hopefully allow the iconic brand to better explore its own legacy and cater for the corporate sector and what's been called the experience economy. Joining me now to tell me more about the viability of luxury experiences like this one is Vincent Monyake, the Blue Train's Executive Manager. Thanks for your time, Vincent. Appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
So repositioning to target business, the corporate sector. Tell us why.
Look, for over 70 years, and that's how long the Blue Trade has been in existence, we've always been targeting your trade being your leisure travelers. The industry has evolved over the years. And with the industry evolving over the years, we then had to ask ourselves very critical questions to say, what is it that we need to do to make sure that we expand and we increase our market share? It is for that reason that we say we cannot only be focused on your trade, which is your leisure travelers, but start tapping into your corporate sector, your corporate South Africa. You go to your MTN, you go to your Coca-Cola, your Telkom, your Vodacom, and you say your next conference, your next product launch, your next strategic meeting, instead of having it at a conference venue, come and have it on an iconic event space called the Blue Train. Now, there's a ripple effect as a benefit that comes from that. From your corporate sector, you have your CMO, you have your CEO, you have your marketing manager who then says, wait a minute, I can do this with my wife. I can do this with my family. I can do this with my husband. So the positive ripple effect is that from your corporate sector, you also get your leisure travelers.
Yeah.
So it was a matter of increasing our market share to say we should not be dependent solely on your trade, but also on your corporate sector.
How do you make it attractive for companies, though, during these difficult economic times? Because lots of companies are not even going on team buildings or having year-end parties, so they're cutting down on costs. How do you make it more attractive?
The type of clientele that we're targeting are the type of clientele that understands that relevance is key to the success of their business. If you look carefully, you'll find that most corporate, when it comes to incentive packages, to make sure that they retain their clientele and stakeholder engagements, you find that they go as far as Mauritius, Dubai, and so on and so forth. So during this tough economic climate, we are saying you don't have to look beyond the South African borders. You have an iconic, unique product right here in South Africa, all-inclusive package.
Yeah, and then tell me about the experience economy. It's a very new term to South Africa. Explain it for us.
The Blue Train is the most luxurious train in the world. And what we're saying about the Blue Train being the most luxurious train in the world is exactly that. And we have been voted 3 years consecutively as world's leading luxury train. But we are also saying currently over 70% of our clientele are international tourists. And we have 30% of your local and local market. But we want to make sure that we make the Blue Train affordable to your ordinary South African. So to make sure that we make it affordable to your ordinary South African, we have yield management initiatives that we've put in place to say, you as a receptionist, you as a domestic worker even, you can save up and eventually get to travel on the Blue Train because of the yield management initiatives that we have in place.
Great stuff. Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it. And I hope to get on that Blue Train quite soon.
You will most definitely get on the Blue Train soon.
Okay, cool. Have a good weekend. That was the Blue Train's Executive Manager, Vincent Monyake.